what you should do to sell your home if you wanted to sell right now. So if I was getting ready to sell my home in North Idaho, first off, I'd call me in, let me do all the work. But no, there's some specific things that I believe this market is dictating that you do, and I wanted to share some of that with you today. So number one, we need to be real with our pricing. I know every seller that I've ever talked to always wants the highest amount of money, right? Me too. I'm selling your house on commission. I want to sell it for the most amount of money. And if two identical houses are right next to each other and one's priced higher, the buyers are going to go over here and buy this one. You're going to help sell that house. So pricing historically has always been one of the key things. Now, there's a few things that you can do to help sell your home ahead of time and during the process. So number one, I'm not saying that you need to go in and rebuild the kitchen, replace all the flooring. Typically, you're not going to see the return on investment. However, if you have a really bright accent wall, there might be some good potential low cost repair that you could do to your home. So if it's a bright purple in your living room, you may want to tone that down to a nice light gray. I know gray's the new white, right? So little things like that. Touch up paint on the outside, especially if your home might be something that qualifies for FHA or VA. A home inspection is a really good idea to consider. Here's why. If your home is under contract, there's a really good chance the buyer is going to do a home inspection. Wouldn't you like to know what they're going to ask? And if you can know that up front, that could save you time, that could save you money, that could save you headache. There might be a small leak in the crawl space. There might be a GFI that's not grounding, or that's broken in the kitchen. There might be a outlet cover in the attic that just needs a cover, an outlet junction box that just needs a cover, right? These are all little things. But when you start adding up the little things, what the buyer sees is a really long list of things that they need to do. So a general home inspection is really good. Additionally, I work with a lot of buyers and sellers, and I can tell you that most of the time the inspector is going to call out the furnace and or AC system if it hasn't been serviced recently. So you might, and a lot of buyers are going to ask for that. So you may as well just call up your HVAC company, have them come over, do an inspection, do a service on it, slap a nice new sticker on it 3 days before it goes on to the market, and avoid that one more item on the list. Now, another thing that you can see is a lot of people are doing sewer scopes. They're doing a sewer, make sure that the sewer line is good. How different is it if you price it based on a belly in the sewer line that's 15 grand and you give a credit, or you find that out in the inspection after you had 6 buyers and there was 5 that didn't get it, but one of them that didn't get it might have been fine with the belly in the sewer line. Or septic inspections. If you're on acreage in North Idaho, I can tell you most of the time buyers are asking to have the septic pumped and inspected. Now here's what I hear from sellers, and I'm just going to preface this. My septic doesn't need to be pumped. We've got a huge house, and it's only the 2 of us living here. I just had it pumped 2 years ago. All the things. Save all of it. It's an inexpensive way to just get ahead of the curve, have one less thing on the items that the buyer is going to be requesting or considering, right? You got to remember, when the buyer does an inspection, this is their opportunity to decide if they want to move forward with the home sale, negotiate some repairs or pricing, or terminate the home sale. If that list is too long, there's a possibility that your buyer might terminate the deal. So get ahead of the curve. Another thing is, when you're getting ready to sell the home and you've got showings come up, make it available. All right. If it's really hard for buyers to get in there, they might only be in town for the weekend. They might be only available after 5 o'clock, right? You've got to make your home available, which means when someone requests a showing at noon on a Tuesday and you work from home, have a plan of action for that. Also, if you can, turn on all the lights, open up the windows before you leave. That's one less thing for the buyer's agent to do when they get there. If this is home showing number 3 in a series of 5, they may not be able to get there 15 minutes early. They might be getting there and opening up the lights and the blinds while the buyers are walking around. I would rather them be selling your home instead of figuring out how to turn on the light in the living room. And another thing, a little bit of mind trickery or psychological warfare, have the home smelling good. Now, a lot of us love our pets, and trust me, I have pets, and I can tell you my senses are probably a little numb to what my home smells like. I like to make homes, when I'm doing an open house, smell like grandma's kitchen. So you may want to have some scentsies around the home. You may want to put something on the pot. Really easy. Go get some cinnamon sticks. You can stick them in some hot water and heat that up a half hour before you leave. Right, that's one way to do it. I like the little smell good scentsy pots, lemon Danish or apple pie or something like grandma would be cooking, baking in her kitchen. Right, those are tips that can help you set above and beyond. Keep the house clean. I mean, I hate that I even think that I have to say that. I remember years ago, my wife went along with me on one of the showings, and there was a bra laying next to the bed. Now, that's not that big of a deal, but when buyers are walking around the house and they're attempting to decide if they should make it theirs or not, that bra is a distraction. And now they have a conversation and they forget how good they were feeling about this house. And declutter. All the pictures of the grandkids playing t-ball in the hallway need to come down. We need to minimize the space. If you look back behind me, there's one nice picture back behind us. There's not 14 pictures, right? We want to take all the personal stuff out. We don't want pictures of our family on the wall. We want the buyers to imagine this house is theirs. And so we want to declutter and depersonalize. All of these things are going to help you out. And here's one last tip, okay? And this is one that I don't really hear from people a lot. Make the driveway available. If you've got some extra vehicles and there's parking that you're taking up in the driveway, get it out of there. Park it in front of the neighbors. Do whatever you can. Stick it in the garage if you have to, right? When the buyers get there, they want to pull up like they're pulling up to their house. Now, they're not going to drive into the garage. Plus, if it's raining, if it's snowing, you want to minimize their time in the elements. They still might get out and look around, but make the driving, the parking accessible or as good as possible as you can. Now, if you live here in North Idaho, and you want some more tips that are personal to your particular home, I'm happy to swing by, take a look at it, help you out, give value somehow. If you found this video interesting, drop a comment, smash the subscribe button. I attempt to bring content all the time over here. Hopefully it's valuable. If you've got any questions, hit me up. BK knows the way.